Hello everyone, and welcome to my review of the White Wind Lance. If you want to build this lance yourself, you'll need 8 appreciation tickets, so you better hurry before the appreciation festival is over, because we don't know if you'll ever get a chance to earn appreciation tickets again. It might even be a full year later. Now visually, the White Wind Lance looks just like the Sapphire Star Lance and pairs well with the Samurai Layered Armors, one of my favorite things about using these lances. However, in terms of a tier rating, I'm going to be giving it a B. It's very usable, but you just have a lot of other stronger options if you just want good damage. If you're going for the sleep ailment, then it's slightly better than the Tereth Crest Thief. I noticed the white sharpness means you can pair it with the Dragon Armor or the Teostra Armor right away, whereas Tereth Crest Thief needed the Handicraft Charm to reach just a small white sharpness bar. Also, when compared to the Tereth Crest Sleep, the White Wind Lance has more build flexibility, meaning you can take more defense, but if you don't need flexibility, then the Tereth Crest Sleep Lance is just a much better sleep option. Here's a quick look at a good Tereth Crest Sleep build in case you were curious about that weapon as well. You'll notice the sleep ailment is a whopping 550, which is like twice the buildup of the White Wind Lance. Okay, on the other hand, you have to actually own the Tereth Crest Sleep Lance in order to use it. It's one of those rarity 8 Kovtaroth lances that probably isn't going to drop for most players for a long time. So in the meantime, the White Wind Lance is your best sleep lance option. Now I'm going to be showing you 2 different builds. The first one utilizes the Zora Magdaros Gamma Armor, and we're going for crit status. Crit status is going to improve the number of times you can proc sleep on the monster when you get a critical hit. It's going to do more sleep ailment. We also have 3 levels to our sleep attack, so we're just kind of going for a full-on put the monster to sleep build. Don't forget, in this case, you can also eat Feline Specialist at the canteen, and you can use the Apothecary Mantle. Now, if you're just trying to go for damage on a Sleep Lance build, in this case you would want to build Master's Touch, so the other build uses the Dragon Armor set, and we're still going to be using the Zora Magdaros Coil. That's because a skill that pairs very well with the sleep weapons is Bombardier. When you put a monster to sleep, you set up on it with barrel bombs, you blow those up, and then you try to put them to sleep again, right? So you always kind of want to pair Bombardier with your sleep weapons. And the Zora Magdaros Coil happens to have 2 levels of Bombardier, a level of Critical Eye, and then a large decoration slot and a medium decoration slot. It basically is it's a good coil for sleep weapons. If you need any more lance builds, I'll be leaving a link to my top 6 lances guide in the comment section, or you can click up here. Now we'll watch some terrific gameplay of the White Wind Lance. I thought it would be fun to take it out against Arch-Tempered Kushala Daora, the windiest monster in the game, although you could also argue that the Extreme Behemoth is the windiest monster in the game. Alright, here we are putting all our Mega Barrel Bombs down around Kushala Daora, Arch-Tempered Kushala Daora. You'll notice he doesn't attack us until we attack him. And there we go, the Mega Barrel Bombs are exploded, and he's going to be mad. He's going to roar. Unfortunately, I didn't guard it. I'm supposed to counter that, right? He's whipping away. Alright, and our goal is to put him to sleep a whole bunch of times and to barrel bomb him afterwards. How many times did we put him to sleep? I think we got him 4 times total. I think it was 4. Might have been 5. I think it's 5 if you count him in the nest. Yeah, because when he goes to the nest, he goes to sleep on his own, but we didn't actually put him to sleep in that case. But that's 5 barrel bombings that we accomplished. So not too bad, right? Alright, another nice thing is, and a lot of people don't know this because they just don't use the lance, unlike the gun lance, you can actually mount a monster without needing a ledge or anything to jump off of. Oh gosh, I feel like sneezing in the middle of my commentary here. Alright, so he's been put to sleep. We're going to go ahead and set up these Mega Barrel Bombs on him again. It's kind of expensive, right? Not everybody has a lot of Mega Barrel Bombs to be putting down like this, but hey, we do. Ooh, that's a big explosion. Look how big that explosion is. It actually caused the game to lag, right? That wasn't multiplayer lag. That was the game struggling to render all the explosions. Alright, I probably should have used the... there's a different move. I shouldn't have used the counter thrust. I should have jumped forward. I don't use that move enough. He is jumping in the air, and one of the nice things about using the lance that is not true for all weapons is you can kind of reach his feet even when he's in the air. That's not true for everything. So I guess all weapons kind of have their own way of dealing with the monster when they're higher up. The lance is very easy though. You just do a hide thrust, and that's your most common attack anyways. You just always hide thrust. Alright, so Kushala Daora has been mounted. And like I was saying, it's very easy for the lance to mount a monster. It's very, very easy. You can just do it wherever the monster is at. Here we are poking him while he's in the air. He's going to get knocked down pretty soon. You can kind of tell when he's about to be knocked down, you know what I mean? Yeah, it looks like right now. See how his head's kind of down? Yeah. I think there's a different sound that's being made too when he's actually taking damage. Alright, we're going to poke him in the head. I'm a little worried to do the high thrust here because I don't want to miss his head while it's on the ground. And I was kind of on the upper side of an incline. Alright, he's going to whip around. I didn't want any of that. Oh, I guarded it. You know, I feel like you can go into the counter guard faster than you can go into a regular guard. I could be wrong about that, but you know, I was just noticing that when I was playing with the lance again today, that to finish your animation, your regular animation, and then guard up, whatever it is you were doing last, I think that takes longer than trying to go into the counter animation, which means you might have a little bit of recovery frame canceling when you go into the counter guard. That's the power guard. When I slam the shield down, that's called a power guard for those of you who don't know what a lance does. That's the power guard, and you have to be careful with that because you can take a lot of chip damage while you're in the power guard. It sounds like it's supposed to be the strongest guard, but it's not. So we skipped ahead a little bit. You guys don't have to waste your time watching. You'll notice rather than stopping on his head, I ran through him, and that's just to get extra procs of sleep on his body while he was laying down like that. It looked like, was that Nero? I couldn't tell who that was. Somebody else did it as well. We want to put him to sleep again. Oop, there we go. That's the counter guard, right? Very important. Alright, he's moving away, so I changed the power guard into a dash attack. And here I'm going to try and cut the tail, but I'm just terrible. The tail goes into the ground. What am I going to do about that? So I changed targets. Now I'm going to poke him in the butt for being such a butthole. His tail is really small, so it's actually very hard to sever. I think mostly everyone else just focused on his head, which is probably what I should be doing. So I didn't manage to cut the tail. It's just too hard. Even if you're using a bow gun, you're trying to shoot him in the tail, that's hard too, man. Alright, temporal mantle, I can talk. Temporal mantle is going on. And he has been mounted again. As I've been saying, the lance is very good at naturally mounting a monster. Kind of like the sword and shield, right? Unfortunately, that's not damage efficient, so you don't really get that. It's not shown off by speedrunners by any means. Nobody really shows it off, but you know, it's useful when you're fighting a big scary monster like Arch-Tempered Kushala Daora, and that knockdown is nice, right? It's not all about time always. Sometimes it's just about winning. You'll notice I'm not really moving. When you don't move while your mantle is on, did you know that the mantle decays slower? Yeah, I tested that. Your mantle lasts much longer if you don't move or do anything. Alright, so we're poking him up. Power guard into the counter thrust. There we go. I can talk. So many names and moves and words to remember. It's kind of hard, man. We're stabbing him in the feet here. Oh, good thing I got the temporal mantle on. You can see I used a jump attack on him there. That's building mount damage. And here he is going to sleep. Whew. Luckily no one woke him up there. Looked like somebody was going to. I accidentally woke him up in a previous run. We had a failed run. He's really tough, man. He like one-shots. Yeah, Kushala Daora one-shots. Somebody used the Final Fantasy emote. I don't think they meant to. Whew. He's getting mad. There's that temporal mantle still saving me. I think he would have landed that because I think I was still stuck in the roar. Alright, we jumped ahead again, and he is asleep in the nest. We're going to barrel bomb him again because I know you guys love watching an annoying monster getting barrel bombed. Okay, power guard into the counter thrust. And this time, after he stands back up, we're actually going to leave the nest. This is a tip I recommend when fighting Arch-Tempered Kushala Daora. His nest is actually more dangerous, but unlike the other Elder Dragons, he can easily be lured back out of his nest. He actually leaves his nest. I don't know if that was intentional, but assuming it was not intentional is a huge advantage. See, check it out. So I'm telling everyone, hey, come over here, and we're going to jump right off the ledge. When you do this, Arch-Tempered Kushala Daora actually follows you down out of his nest. It's crazy. And here he is out of his nest. You can see he's been mounted again. He just has no luck with this. Just mount after mount after mount. Alright, stabbing him there. And unfortunately, he goes down after slamming that wall. I don't know how that works sometimes. I hope they fixed that in Iceborne. You know, if you mount the monster, you really should be allowed to finish the mount. Alright, I didn't mean to hit that wall like that. I was trying to do the backwards swipe, right, and it just didn't work. Alright, he jumps into the air there. I'm almost out of guard. Oh, I skipped ahead again because this part of the fight is so annoying. He's just about done. I just want to get you guys out of here. So here we are. We flashed him, so he doesn't know what he's doing. This will keep him out of the air for a little while. You want to flash him when he's on the ground when you're fighting Arch-Tempered Kushala Daora, because you can't actually knock him out of the air with those flash pots. Alright, so here's Mega Barrel Bomb. This is our last Mega Barrel Bombing. We did this so many times. And I'm setting up on him because I don't actually know he's about to die here. We got a great kill screen. It was just pure white from all the explosions. Here we go. Power Guard. And Counter Thrust. And he is dead. Whew. Alright. Well, that is our 4-man White Wind Lance run against Arch-Tempered Kushala Daora. I appreciate you guys watching that. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.